Hey everyone, it's Jamafu and it's another day of Career Demystified where we teach you about career development and professional success. If you haven't been following along, you can get all the other lessons at motivatedtoinspire.com/training and click on Career Demystified. There's also worksheets and downloads there as well. In this lesson, we're going to go through some case studies of people that have had great careers that typically exemplify the things that we've been teaching all along. So we're not just going to look at any examples, but people who are well known and have done exceptional things in their careers. Our first example is Ben Carson. Ben Carson is a world renowned and retired neurosurgeon who also later went into politics after that profession. He served as the 17th United States Secretary of Housing and Urban Development under Donald Trump's administration from 2017 to 2021. He was recognized for his contributions through multiple awards and honors he received over the course of his career, including one of the highest honors, the Presidential Medal of Freedom. Him and his wife set up the Carson Scholars Fund that awards scholarships to students in grades 4 to 11 for academic excellence and humanitarian qualities. Carson himself was a beneficiary of a full scholarship in his younger years, as he showed exceptional intelligence and potential to thrive. He went on to have a great career as a neurosurgeon. He authored a number of books, including Gifted Hands, which is an account of his life story and the struggles he had to overcome to be who he is today. His story also made it to the big screen, where he was portrayed by Cuba Gooding Jr. And it's one of those movies that stood out for a lot of people, which encouraged, I think, particularly the Black community, that people can actually do amazing things with their lives. The next example is John Maxwell, who is considered by many as the greatest leadership expert in the world today. He's an author, speaker, and a minister of the Word of God. Some of his best works include the 21 Irrefutable Laws of Leadership and the 21 Indispensable Qualities of a Leader. He started his career as a pastor of a number of churches, which also gave him an opportunity to develop his leadership potential, which he discovered at a young age. With a predominantly Christian background, his brother was a bit skeptical about his idea of offering consultation services to leaders of secular organizations. Today, however, John Maxwell speaks annually to Fortune 500 companies, international government leaders, the US military, and is also a best-selling author on the subject of leadership. He's also founded a number of companies, namely Enjoy, Maximum Impact, the John Maxwell Team, ISS, and Equip. In one form or another, these organizations are aimed at developing people's leadership capacity. Equip, in particular, has a mission to equip Christian leaders all over the world to fulfill the Great Commission of making disciples of all nations. Michael Jordan is arguably the greatest basketball player of all time, and this is not just from a select group of people saying this, but a number of players, both former and those that are still playing today. He grew up in North Carolina and he enjoyed playing all kinds of sports from an early age. One of them was baseball, but he loved basketball more than the others. All through high school, college, and into the NBA, he had a phenomenal career, and that excellence led to multiple awards and honors, not least being winning 6 NBA championships, 2 Olympic gold medals, success with the Air Jordan brand, and popularizing the NBA all around the world. To this day, despite retiring from the game almost 20 years ago, a lot of young pros still look up to him as an example of excellence. He's a big business person today and gives a lot to less privileged communities and has set up foundations to give back. All this came from following his passion and pursuing it with excellence. Didier Drogba is a former Ivorian professional football player who came to prominence during his time with English football club Chelsea FC. He grew up in Ivory Coast and eventually moved to France, where his career started. Initially, though, he struggled to break into professional football, but his desire and passion eventually carried him through. His notable achievements include winning the 2012 UEFA Champions League, 4 English Premier League titles, 4 FA Cups, 3 League Cups, and 2 FA Community Shields. He was the first captain to lead his national team to the FIFA World Cup in 2006 and also won African Footballer of the Year on 2 occasions. He was the kind of player that was respected even by rival fans because of his excellence and the impact he had on the game. He was known for putting up a show in the big games, and he rarely disappointed on those big occasions. And because of his influence, he played a key role in ending the civil war in his homeland, the year they first qualified to play in the World Cup. The United Nations recognized his efforts and gave him the opportunity to be a goodwill ambassador for the United Nations Development Program. What a great return for being true to himself and pursuing what God created him to do. Another example is T.C. Stallings, who is an American actor whom you might know from movies such as War Room, Courageous, and A Question of Faith, among many others. His career was never really his dream initially, but eventually he discovered that that's where God wanted him to be. So before acting, he was a professional American football player, which is what he really wanted to do, but never achieved his ultimate goal. God drew him into the world of acting after he watched the movie Fireproof at a theater with his wife. He was so inspired by the way people were impacted by the movie and desired to do the same. So the little experience he had acting was in school plays and an audition that landed him a spot on Animal Planet's King of the Jungle. So he's since acted in over 10 feature films and continues to use that platform to share the gospel of Jesus Christ. He's also authored 3 books, namely The Pursuit, Playing on God's Team, and Uncompromised. All this success came about due to his obedience to God's calling to acting and surrendering his desire to become a professional football player. Today, he also shares his wisdom with aspiring actors on how to be successful in the industry without compromising their faith and values. It's well known that most actors have to compromise in one way or another in order to get roles or be accepted, particularly in Hollywood. So, having overcome that hurdle himself, he has decided to help other actors to do the same in their own careers. There are many more examples that I could go through, but I'm sure the ones we've looked at have given you a picture of how powerful pursuing your dream can be. A common trend you'll notice is that some of the success they experienced was quite unexpected, but served to make a great impact on other people's lives. All they had was faith and a commitment to give their best, which radically transformed their lives. In the same way, you must live by faith and not just by what you see. If you enjoyed this video, like it, share it. If you need any help, you can send me an email at info@motivatedtoinspire.com. I will see you in the next video for our final lesson of this course. Thank you for watching.